All right. We are ready to go. Pull up the chat on my phone here. Welcome. Happy Monday. Whew, it's been such a busy day. My hair is a little wet still because I just washed it, but we're here. So, happy Monday. We are going to get started in about 2 minutes. Oh, I forgot to put some tunes on for myself. I better do that. And we have a nice gentle flow tonight. We're going to focus on hips and twists. There we go. All right, if you do have 2 blocks, we'll just tuck those up to the top of the mat to come in handy later. There we go. Hello, Maddie. Welcome. Welcome. That's such a big hand emoji. It looks so large on my phone. All right. Feels weird wearing shorts. I don't think I've ever done a live stream in shorts, but it's quite hot outside and I'm in shorts. That's all there is to it. We got some, I'm gonna do my little welcome because we're gonna get started in just a minute. Welcome to Beginner Slow. We are here every Monday at 7 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time or 6 p.m. Eastern. With the exception of next week, because I'm away next week, so there will be no live class next Monday. But tonight we're going to do 30 minutes of hips and twists, a nice gentle one to wind down the day, which I definitely need because I am sore. Let's get started. Yes, perfect timing. We're going to start lying on our backs today. So if you want to slowly start making your way down. Now you can decide, you can choose here if you'd like to stretch the legs out long or maybe take bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. One of my favorites. Starting to find some gentle opening through the hips, letting the arms fall wherever feels comfortable. And starting to find some nice deep breath, helping you arrive on your mat this evening. Finding nice full inhales and exhales. Maybe try to slow them down a touch, even out the length. Letting each exhale sink you a little closer down towards your mat. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Great, let's find 1 more breath here. Then reaching the hands down to the outside of the legs to gently close and bring the feet to plant the width of the mat. So nice wide plant. We'll start to take some windshield wipers, letting the knees fall left and sneeze, and right. The sun is just right in my eyes here. Using that inhale to pull through center And exhale to let it fall to the side. So we're taking these nice and slow, almost like you're gliding the legs through honey. Maybe letting one leg open as wide as it can before the other chases it to the side. Take a few more moments here to gently windshield wipe it out. Great. And the next time the knees are pointed to the right, pause there. Flex the right foot. We'll bring the right ankle onto the left thigh. Then bringing the left foot to plant on the ground, landing you in a figure 4. Now you can stay here with the left foot grounded, or you could lift that left leg, interlacing hands on the back of the thigh, finding that full figure 4. Flexing the feet here and thinking about driving that right knee away as you actively open through the hip. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Great. If you have that left leg lifted, softening that grip to replace it back down, but keeping the cross of the ankle here. Let's turn this into a twist, exhaling to knock this shape over to the left. Right foot reaches for the ground or a block as you settle into this twist. Ooh. So much sun. Great. While you're in this twist, thinking about shoulders anchoring down towards the mat. Great. Let's find 3 more full breaths here. Great. From this twist, let's start to extend that left leg and start to roll over onto the left side body as you slowly flip it over onto the stomach, landing you in that half army crawl position. So we have the right knee pulled up by the right side body. Forearms can cross in front parallel to the short edge of the mat to act as a little pillow for the head to come down and rest. Finding a nice gentle opening through the hips here. We'll take 5 breaths in this shape. Alright, finishing off that last round of breath, I'm going to flip it back over onto the back. So starting to roll onto the left side body, all the way back onto the back, bringing the feet to plant wide. I'm going to move that into the other side, letting the knees fall over to the left. Left foot flexes, left ankle onto right thigh. Right foot comes to plant on the ground, figure 4. Now either staying here or lifting that right leg, interlacing hands in the back of the thigh. Feet are flexing, left knee is driving away, opening through the hip. Nice. Let's find 3 more breaths here in this figure 4. Great. If you have that right leg lifted, softening the grip to replace it back down. We'll turn this into a twist, exhaling to knock the shape over to the right. Left foot reaches for the ground or a block. Thinking about the shoulders anchoring down towards your mat here as you settle into this twist. Great. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. Great. Starting to prepare for our transition onto the stomach. Gently hugging the left knee in a little closer as we extend the right leg, rolling onto the right side body, and all the way to flip onto the stomach. So we land with the left knee pulled up by the left side body. Forearms can come to cross in front to act as a little pillow for the forehead to rest. Nice. Finding 5 breaths here in this gentle hip opener. Great. We have just 1 more breath here. And starting to uncross the arms, rolling it back over onto the right side body, all the way on. Actually, let's just stay on the right side body. Use the left hand to press it up to a seat. Right away, we're going to come up to our tabletop position, so tucking the legs off to one side. Come find all 4s, hands and knees. Wrists stacking under shoulders, knees under hips. With an inhale, reaching the heart forward, shoulder blades squeeze together down. Exhale, pushes away to round and contract. Nice, let's take that again. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to push away. Take 1 more. Inhale opens the heart. Exhale rounds and contracts. Holding this rounded shape, let's shift the hips back and push it towards a child's pose. Sending the arms forward, forehead can come down towards the mat. Great. From here, we're going to set up for some big hip circles. So starting to grip into the fingertips as you pull up and bump the hips over to the right. Starting to shift forward, squeeze the glutes as the hips send towards the ground. Push them over to the left, and then we'll send the hips back like you're coming to that child's pose. Repeating that, inhaling as you shift forward. Exhale pushes it back. Nice, let's try 2 more here. Really squeezing the glutes, drawing the shoulder blades together as you come, almost like you're coming through an upward facing dog with the legs down. Nice, let's shift that direction. So next time you're pushed back, we'll pull it up to the left, the hips bump. Nice, we're gonna take 2 more here for a total of 4 on each side. Great, last one. Pausing back in that child's pose. Next time you're there, we'll take a breath. And gripping into the fingertips. Let's start to pull up out of your child's pose, lining back into that tabletop position. With an inhale, reaching the right arm up to the sky, opening to the right side. Exhale, threads the needle, right arm under the left, right ear comes down to mat or block. Nice. If you like here, you can walk that left arm forward towards the top of the mat, maybe coming up onto the fingertips, thinking about wrapping that tricep down towards the mat as you externally rotate through the arm. Let's take one more breath here and let's thread the needle. If you have that left arm extended, sliding it back under the shoulder. With an inhale, press, rise up, reach the right arm, pausing here. Tucking the right toes to extend back through that leg, rolling to inner arch of the right foot, pivoting on the left knee, taking that foot just off the mat to land you in a modified side plank. With an inhale, right arm comes up along the ear, lengthening the side body. Exhale, rises up to stack shoulders over hips. Let's turn the right toes to face away from you. Arms reach out to a T. With an inhale, starting to bend into the right knee as the hips sink down. Exhale, re-extends. Nice. Inhale, bends, almost like a grounded warrior two. Exhale, takes it back up. Let's try one more. Inhaling to bend. Exhaling it up. Nice. With the next inhale, shifting like someone's pulling on the right hand, keeping that right leg straight. Exhale, hinges to bring right hand to inside of right leg, left arm up high, gate pose. It's like our grounded triangle. We'll take one more breath here. Great. With the next inhale, let's rise back up, cartwheeling the hands to replace towards the top of the mat. Gently pivoting on the left knee to take us back to our tabletop with extended right leg. Inhaling to lift the right leg up off the mat. Exhale, steps the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into a lizard lunge. You can use your blocks here if you'd like to pop those up under the hands. Rising up in the lunge, thinking about hips facing forward, tucking the tailbone as you send the hips down any amount. So we're going to take some time in this lunge. So there's lots of variations you could play with. You could stay up on your blocks on hands, or even come to forearms if that's accessible. You could also go for a quad stretch here, squeezing the left heel in towards the butt. Left hand could reach back for that foot to maybe draw it in a little closer. And something to be mindful of here is the knee. You can always double up the mat to give some extra padding there. And thinking about continuing to send the hips down. Oftentimes when I go to grab for that foot, my hips want to pike back, but continuing to think about sending it down. Yeah, the warrior one is really nice. I love that one as well. Awesome. We're going to take about 3 more breaths in whichever lunge variation is feeling good for you tonight. Great. Wherever you are, let's slowly start to work it back up onto the hands. You can totally still have your blocks under here for this one. Tucking the back toe to lift that knee. We're going to step it up to a malasana. So stepping the left foot up to the outside of the left hand, turning heels in, toes out, hips sit down into that malasana squat. Now we worked on this posture, I believe, just last week, so you could always have an object to hold on to here. You can prop your blocks up underneath you for a little seat. But taking the hands to heart center, triceps pressed to the inside of the knees, thinking about a nice long spine. Let's take one more full breath here. Great. Last inhale. With an exhale, let's take it all the way up to standing. Big squat up to the top. Heel toeing the feet back to parallel. Inhale, reach the arms. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Hinging at the hips, we'll take it down. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, finding your halfway lift. Exhale, folds, planting the hands. We'll step it back to plank and lower the knees to find our tabletop position. Nice, we're going to take that sequence into the other side. Inhaling to reach the left arm up. Exhale, threads the needle. Left arm under the right, left ear comes down. If you did so on the other side, maybe walking that right arm towards the top of the mat, coming up onto the fingertips, externally rotating through that arm as the tricep pushes down towards the ground. Great, let's take one more full breath. If you have that right arm extended, sliding it back under the shoulder. With an inhale, pressing up, reaching that left arm and pausing here. Tucking the left toes to extend back through that leg, coming to inner arch of the left foot, and pivoting on the right knee. That foot comes just off the mat. Nice, let's stretch that left arm up along the ear, finding length through the side body. Exhaling to rise up, stacking shoulders over hips. Turning the left toes to face away from you. With an inhale, bending into the left knee, sending the hips down. Exhale, takes it back up. Nice, inhaling it down. Exhaling it up. Let's find one more here. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. Keeping that left leg straight. With an inhale, shift like someone's pulling on the left hand. Exhale, hinges to bring left hand to inside of left leg, right arm up high, gate pose. This is one of my favorites. Let's take one more full breath here. You could always have a block under that left hand as well. Great, let's start to rise it back up. Cartwheeling the hands to replace back at the top of the mat. Tucking the left toes, gently pivoting on that right knee, stepping us back to our tabletop. Lifting that left leg up with an inhale. Exhale, steps left foot to the outside of the left hand, lizard lunge. Adding your blocks under your hands if you'd like here. With our lunge, thinking of those hips facing forward, tucking the tailbone, sending the hips down so we find opening through the hip flexors. Just like the other side, we'll take a little time here. You can stay hands on blocks. You could come to forearms if that feels accessible. Or you could go for that quad stretch, squeezing right heel in towards the butt. Right hand reaches back for that foot, maybe drawing it in any amount that feels safe for you. Continuing to think about hips sending down, and always doubling up that mat if you need extra knee padding. Nice. We'll take a few more breaths in whichever variation is feeling good tonight. Let's find about 3 more breaths here. Great. Wherever you are, let's slowly start to take it back up onto the hands. You can totally still have your blocks under the hands for this one. Tucking the back toes to lift that knee. Stepping it up to Malasana. So stepping right foot to the outside of the right hand. Heels in, toes out. Hips sit down to find that nice deep squat. Hands come to heart center. Triceps press to the inside of the knees. And you can always add your blocks underneath you. You could have a chair to hold on to. anything that makes this pose a little more comfortable for you. Let's find one more full breath here, really thinking about lengthening the spine as shoulder blades draw together. Nice. Let's take last inhale. Exhale takes it all the way up to standing, tucking the tailbone at the top, heel toe the feet back to parallel. Inhale takes a big reach of the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, finding your halfway lift. Exhale, folds, planting the hands. Let's step it back to plank and lower the knees to the ground, tabletop. Let's take a seat off to one side and bring the feet to plant wide in front. So finding the width of the mat here, and we'll rock the knees over to the right. Flexing the feet, turning towards that right leg. We'll start to work down into a fold here, hinging any amount. You could always add your blocks or for under the hands or forearms. Turn to the side here so you can kind of see what that looks like as well. This is our deer pose. We're finding a stretch through the outer hip. Very similar to our pigeon pose, but a little gentler. Great. Let's take 3 more breaths here, thinking about flexing the feet. Wow, a cloud must have just passed over. It just got so dark all of a sudden. Yay, I'm no longer blinded looking towards the camera. All right, let's slowly start to walk it back up here. With an inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, backstrokes the right arm, twisting to the right. Left hand can fall down towards the right knee, right arm falls behind. Thinking about length through the spine here in this twist. Great. Slowly start to undo that twist. Hands can come behind as we pivot the knees back through center and take them right over to the left. This time flexing the feet, turning over the left leg and starting to work down into that fold as you hinge over the left leg, any amount here. Coming down to forearms on blocks or mat if that feels good. Start to settle in with some breaths as you sink into this outer hip stretch. Great, let's take 2 more breaths. And slowly starting to work it back up. Inhale takes a reach of the arms up overhead. Exhale, backstroke the left arm, opening to a twist to the left side of the room. Thinking about length through the spine here, maybe even peeking over that left shoulder for 1 more breath. Great, slowly starting to undo as you bring the feet back to planted center. Let's roll it down onto the back. You could reach the arms forward or bring hands behind the legs, slowly guiding it down. Giving the legs a stretch out long, letting the arms fall wherever is comfortable. Let's find 5 nice deep breaths here. Maybe even softening the gaze, closing the eyes. Great. And of course, you can stay there as long as you like, but whenever you're ready, maybe finding a nice big stretch with the arms, rolling it off to whichever side feels more comfortable, and pressing up to a seat. And thank you for being here tonight. I had mentioned this at the beginning, but we have no live class next Monday, but we will be back the Monday after that. I'm just going to be away next Monday, but I will see you soon. You are welcome. Thanks all for being here. Whew. I am very tired now. There was no cats, no disturbances during this one. Wow, what a calm class. They were actually tired after their dinner tonight. You're welcome, Linda and Maddie. Actually, let me show you a little cat right quick. Sylvie. It was his birthday the other day. This little guy is 2 years old. He says, "Oh my God, how dare you disturb me from my very..." Oh. Sorry, Sylvie. Yeah, it's very rare to not have cat disturbances. I was shocked. What a peaceful class. All right. I will see you guys soon. Next time you see me, my hair will be a lot more fresh because I'm getting it done this week. Woohoo! Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I will see you guys next time.